This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN offers safe web browsing and allows you to view geo-restricted content with the click of a button. Use the link in the description below to get the first 3 months free on a 12-month subscription.
As we enter the midway point of this season, the top marbles are setting themselves apart from the rest of the pack. I'm Jeremiah, and I'll be your host today here at the Monza Grand Prix. Gold Piston sits on pole position after a sprint to the line in the qualifying. Pink Pearl only losing out by 12 thousandths of a second. Can she make it up in this race? We'll have to wait and find out. Some of the marbles that have been doing well in this season were eliminated early on in the qualifying, being put in the back of the pack for the starting grid. Some of those marbles are including Night Rivers and Aerofrog, as well as Big Dogs and Loose Wheel. Some of the winners of the last couple races, they have not had a good qualifying for the start of this race. Gold Piston sits in 6th in the overall standings, being 16 points behind Aerofrog, who is all the way down in 11th. And all the other marbles that have a chance of taking the overall lead are in the bottom of the field as well, the closest marble being Pink Pearl in 5th in the overall standings, starting in 2nd on the starting grid. Here you can see the full qualifying results. Sea Turtle sits in 3rd place with Black Pirates in 4th, another great finish for Black Pirates in the qualifying, his crew chief being the major one to thank. The marbles are set and ready to start rolling in race 4 here in Monza, all striving to be champion, but only one will be able to get that title. Here are the standings as of now. Aerofrog sits in 1st, being followed by Big Dogs, Night Rivers, Loose Wheel, and Pink Pearl, who will round off your top 5. And now, for race 4 of the Marble Circuits 2022. The lights are on, the marbles are ready, and we're off for the start of the Monza Grand Prix. Gold Piston in the lead, but hits the divider line of the drag reduction zone, falling down a lot of places, bringing Peppers to 1st place. And now Pink Pearl has taken the lead. As we go through this hairpin, Gold Piston is in 2nd, being followed by Black Pirates as we start the 1st lap. Pink Pearl has gotten 2 podiums so far this season and is still striving for a win. She got 5 podiums in Season 1, and 4 of those were race wins, so she has some catching up to do if she wants to do better than last season as we start the 2nd lap. The drag reduction zone has now been activated, allowing some marbles to pass other marbles if needed. Pink Pearl being pressured by Gold Piston in this lap, and a bump from Gold Piston from behind, but nothing yet. He is drafting Pink Pearl at this point, and Pink Pearl has some momentum there. Sparky has now taken 3rd place from Black Pirates, as well as Big Dogs, who is now in 4th place as we go down this back straight, and he is pressuring Sparky and does take it, as well as Loose Wheel, who is now in 6th place. Pink Pearl is still extending her lead from the rest of the field at this point. The last couple races she has had the greatest number of gains from starting position. Both in race 2 and race 3 she gained 8 positions from where she started. But Gold Piston is a different story, not gaining or losing any places in the last 2 races, ending up in 6th in both races. And Gold Piston takes the drag reduction zone, and Big Dogs has now taken 2nd place as they go up the booster, and Gold Piston now takes it back. Pink Pearl is way up in the lead. She has no trouble with any of the other marbles behind her at this point. It's still possible for her to take the overall championship as she did last season, as Big Dogs takes 2nd place from Gold Piston there. The overall points leader, Aerofrog, is down in last place. He actually lost a place from his overall starting position. He is having a terrible race. Big Dogs in 2nd place is doing a good job right now, starting in 8th place in the starting grid, having a good comeback at this point. Not so much for Night Rivers, who has only made it 1 spot, and of course for Aerofrog, who is down in 12th. Loose Wheel is up there in 4th place. He was in the bottom of the standings as well, and he is doing good at this point. Gold Piston coming up behind Big Dogs at this point, but hard hit on the corner, and he loses some momentum as they go up the booster, and he's trying to catch back up to Big Dogs there, but Big Dogs is holding him off. Pink Pearl is nowhere to be seen, way up in the front. She's doing a tremendous job in this race so far. She really wants a win here in race 4. Black Pirates is down in 7th place. He is having some trouble in this race, but he does pass Loose Wheel there, and now he's up in 4th place. The time tower had just not updated quite yet as we start lap 7. Not much action up at the front. Pink Pearl still in 1st place, pretty far ahead of Big Dogs. She's using the thoughts of victory from last season as a motivation to keep on going and keep focused. With Big Dogs coming in at 2nd, wanting to be the 2nd marble to ever be crowned champion of the marble circuits. With Black Pirates in 3rd place, trying to make a comeback in the standings. He's in 7th right now. Can he make that even better in this race? Gold Piston is falling down the order. Peppers is now pressuring him to go through these turns here, but nothing's happening. This track seems to cater well to marbles who want to get out in the front and stay in the front for the majority of the race. As a Pink Pearl at this point, we are in the 8th lap, halfway through the race, and no one has challenged Pink Pearl outside of the 1st lap. Big Dogs is trying to catch up to Pink Pearl and at least challenge her for the lead, but it's going to be very hard to do it as Pink Pearl is very far ahead. Black Pirates facing some pressure from Gold Piston there, but Gold Piston falls back and loses out to Peppers, who is now in 4th place. Arrow Frog has gotten out of last place, putting Fast 2 Pins in that spot, who seems to be there quite often in this series, which is not a very good place to be. Pink Pearl is a whole 5.5 seconds almost ahead of Big Dogs, who is in 2nd place. That is a commanding lead. Gold Piston has now taken 3rd place and now is trying to catch up to Big Dogs at this point as they go through these hairpins. Big Dog is still defending himself. You can see Pink Pearl passing the line way before any of the other marbles even get there. They still have a couple turns to go by the time that she has already passed the line, and she has already gone up the booster. She is not even in the shot. As the rest of the marbles go through the booster, great move by Gold Piston there, going past Loose Wheel, taking back 3rd place, now setting his sights on Big Dogs. As you can see, Pink Pearl is 3 turns ahead from the rest of the field. Every lap, it's getting harder and harder for the rest of the marbles to catch up if they want to be able to dethrone her. They only have 5 more laps to do so. As they go down the back straight, Big Dogs takes the drag reduction zone as well as Loose Wheel, but Loose Wheel is able to come out and take the lead from Gold Piston as Big Dogs has fallen down to 4th place, being followed by Black Pirates. As you can see, Arrow Frog and Fast Q Pins crossing that upper section of the track. As these rest of these marbles go through the bottom, they are very far behind, especially from Pink Pearl. Arrow Frog is definitely not winning this race. Loose Wheel has cut about a second off of Pink Pearl, now 4.5 seconds behind Pink Pearl. You can see them crossing each other right there. They can see each other, but they're so close yet so far. All the top 3 or 4 marbles are spaced pretty far apart. It's going to be hard for them to catch up to each other, and they only have a couple more laps to do so before Pink Pearl becomes champion. Loose Wheel has to do all he can to try to catch up to her at this point, but Pink Pearl is already coming up the booster as he is going down through the drag reduction zone. Gold Piston making some ground on Loose Wheel at this point, and he is neck and neck with Loose Wheel, but Loose Wheel is trying to hold him off, and he does right there. Gold Piston loses some momentum through these hairpins, and he is put back in his place with Loose Wheel trying to do everything he can to conserve energy. Black Pirates down in 4th. He is having a hard time in this race, being so spaced out from the rest of the marbles. Gold Piston takes the drag reduction zone there, and Black Pirates is able to catch up. He is on Gold Piston's tail, but Gold Piston is able to stay ahead. Big Dogs is down in 5th place, being followed by Night Rivers, who is up in 6th place, and Arrow Frog is up in 9th. He has gained a couple spots. Will he be able to catch up by the end of the race? Probably not. Will Night Rivers? Probably not. Loose Wheel catching up to Pink Pearl. Pink Pearl's lead has vanished, and Loose Wheel is catching up to her. We only have 2 more laps to go. Pink Pearl just needs to stay in the lead for the final couple of laps. She's done so good in this race. Don't screw up now. Gold Piston is also catching up to Loose Wheel. He's trying to come and take back first place that he started in. Pink Pearl about to cross the line to start the final lap. Pink Pearl is in first place, being followed by Loose Wheel, Gold Piston, Black Pirates, and Big Dog, who will round off your top 5 as we go up the booster. Gold Piston has taken second place. Now he's setting his sights on Pink Pearl in the last lap. He's coming down to the wire. They are neck and neck. Pink Pearl is under a lot of stress. She only has half a lap to go, and she will be the champion of this race. And Gold Piston also wanting to take it, being the pole sitter of this race. He's trying to pass Pink Pearl as we go through the final corner, and it's going to be Pink Pearl who will be your champion of the Monza Grand Prix. With Gold Piston in second, Loose Wheel is in third place. Black Pirates gets fourth. Big Dogs comes in at fifth. A great race for Pink Pearl, dominating every lap, coming down to the wire in the final lap, but she was able to come out with the victory over Gold Piston.
We dominated the race in every lap. Fantastic.
Oh my goodness, what a wonderful weekend. Everything worked out for us in this GP. Thank you all.
Pink Pearl is definitely relieved after a nail-biter of a last lap. She's definitely celebrating now. Let's take a look at some of the best moments from this race. As you can see at the start of the race, Momona stalled, losing him a couple places right at the beginning of a race. Not the way you want to start this race. Peppers, one of the only other marbles besides Pink Pearl to hold the lead in this race, as well as Gold Piston briefly right there, but Pink Pearl was in the lead from then on out. Good move by Gold Piston there, overtaking Big Dogs as well as Loose Wheel through that straight. Also a good move. Pink Pearl though, way up there in the front for the entirety of the race, all the way up until the last lap, where she either made a mistake or the marbles finally caught up. Big Dogs repassing Gold Piston for second place. Gold Piston and Big Dogs were definitely fighting for a lot of this race. Black Pirates also having a decent showing today, being up in third place for some of the race, as well as fourth and fifth place. Fighting with Gold Piston and Big Dogs, as well as Loose Wheel, as we see right here. Loose Wheel putting some pressure on Black Pirates and eventually passing him. See Fast Q pins way down there, way behind, going through the drag reduction zone right as all these other marbles are way up in the track. Arrow Frog having a terrible race today, being in last or near last for the most of the race. He did finally make it a couple spots, but nothing major. This will definitely shake up the overall standings. Black Pirates clearly heading in the drag reduction zone there, allowing some other marbles to pass him. It's a very hard thing for some of these marbles to stay out of the drag reduction zone. And now it's time to look at the full race results. Pink Pearl in the lead, Gold Piston is in second, with Loose Wheel in third place. Peppers is getting the bonus point for the fastest lap. Big Dogs being 10 seconds behind Pink Pearl, with Black Pirates only 4 seconds. That's a very large gap in between those two marbles. Definitely an exciting race for these fans, who are definitely all glad to have came today. Pink Pearl has now gained first place in the overall standings, with Big Dogs in second, Loose Wheel is in third place. Arrow Frog has fallen down all the way to 5th place, with Night Rivers in 6th, and Pink Pearl has taken the overall lead once again. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the Fubeca store, which has apparel for all your favorite teams for the Marble Circuits 2022. We are now halfway through the Marble Circuits 2022. Only 4 more races to go. Who will be able to take the overall victory? Pink Pearl is in the lead at this point. Will Arrow Frog be able to come and take the overall lead back from her? We'll have to wait and see. Congratulations to Pink Pearl for getting first place, Gold Piston in second, and Loose Wheel in third place. Congratulations especially to Pink Pearl, who dominated this race with style. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for Race 5 of the Marble Circuits 2022. I'm Jeremiah, signing off, and until next time, this has been Fubeca's Marble Runs. Good day, everyone.